Today we're going to be doing a lesson that focuses on developing our good listening skills. So to start off, I want to ask you guys, what do you think are some characteristics of a good listener? So here I wrote down eye contact, always want to maintain eye contact with the speaker, and give the speaker your undivided attention. Next, let's talk about why is it important to have good listening skills? Maybe so that you can have a clearer understanding of whatever situation you're in, or just to be a better all-around communicator. The last question, can any of you think of a time where you had to practice your good listening skills? Maybe you had to listen to either myself or another teacher you've had before, or your principal, or maybe your parents, so that you knew exactly what they wanted you to do, or your coaches so that they could help you improve on whatever skill you were trying to learn. Okay class, now to demonstrate why good listening skills are so important, when I say go, we're all going to come and sit in a circle on the carpet and we're going to play a game. Some of you might have heard of it before. It's called telephone. Okay, ready? Go! Now that we're finished playing telephone and we've all seen why good listening skills are so important, we're going to practice some more listening skills with our next activity. I'm going to pass out a worksheet with 3 statements on it. Your job is to either put a check for agree or an X for disagree with each of the statements as I read you the story, Frog and Toad are friends. Now the statements on this worksheet are 1. Frog and Toad enjoy springtime. 2. Frog loves helping his friends. And 3. Toad enjoys waking up very early every morning. So as I read, make sure you're thinking about those statements and whether you agree or disagree with them. Cut. Frog and Toad ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer. Toad, Toad, Frog shouted. Wake up, it's spring. Ugh, said a voice from the inside of the house. Toad, Toad, cried Frog. The sun is shining. The snow is melting. Wake up. I'm not here, said the voice. Okay, now that you've listened to the story, let's go through each of those questions from the worksheet, and you guys will give me a thumbs up if you agree, or a thumbs down if you disagree. So ready? Frog and Toad enjoy springtime. Okay, I see a lot of you agree. Frog cares for his friend. Again, lots of thumbs up. And last one, Toad enjoys waking up very early every morning. Thumbs down. Yeah, it was really hard for Frog to get Toad out of bed. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I have another activity for you guys. I'm going to put you guys in pairs, and as a team, your job is to create a comic strip. Now I'm going to give you each a piece of white construction paper that has 4 squares on it. In those squares, you should draw the story that you just heard, draw some key events from the story based on what you heard. So there's no right or wrong answer, it's just whatever you heard, whatever you can remember, go ahead and draw that. And afterwards, we'll read the story one more time, and you can see if you think your comic strips still match up, or if you want to change them a little bit. And at the end, you can turn them in so I can see what you heard. Now that you've all had a chance to work with your partners to create a comic strip, and you've had a chance to talk about what you each heard, let's read the story one more time, and then you'll see if what you first heard matches up with what you hear now. So again, Frog and Toad are friends. Frog ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer. Toad, Toad, shouted Frog. Wake up, it is spring. Blah, said a voice from the inside. Toad, Toad, cried Frog. The sun is shining, the snow is melting. Wake up. I am not here, said the voice. All right, so now that you've heard the story twice, all the way through, has anyone changed their answers to the questions we talked about before? Or do you think there's anything that you would change if you could go back and adjust your comic strip? Okay, now, if anybody would like to volunteer and share their comic strip, feel free to raise your hand and we'll all check it out. Okay, so now we're gonna see how good of listeners you guys really are. So before I let you go out to recess, you're gonna have to work together to come up with some answers. So I'll ask each of your pairs that you worked in a question before you can walk out the door. All right, first question. Who are the main characters in Frog and Toad Are Friends? Okay. Which character liked to sleep? Which character liked going outside and having fun? What were some of the other animals that were in the book besides Frog and Toad? What was your favorite part of the story? What's one really big, major event that happened within the story? What happened at the very end of the book? Okay, you guys are all free to go to recess. Have fun!